Parish schools move forward with the demolition of the former Thomas Jefferson High School campus in Gretna. Patrick Jenkins, chief of operations for Jefferson Parish Schools, says the demolition comes after the school board voted last year to consolidate several campuses. Previously, Thomas Jefferson's campus faced costly repairs and damage from storms. Gretna Mayor Belinda Constant says the city of Gretna is interested in purchasing the property, although the price tag has not been discussed.
In discussions with the council, I believe that most of them seem to be in favor of the city purchasing the property and it reverting back to part of the neighborhood.
Mayor Constant says it could be the first new subdivision in Gretna in years. According to Jefferson Parish Schools, the property needs to be appraised and a potential sale is still a long time away.